We've added a new tool to Scripture Notes, and I just want to show how that works really quick. It's a Lexicon link, so when you double click on a word and our toolbar comes up, there's an L over here, and that L is to access a lexicon. So let me show you how this works. If you click that link, you're going to be taken to the Blue Letter Bible's Lexicon tab for that word. And so what it does is it looks up that word in all of the definitions, Hebrew for the Old Testament and Greek for the New Testament. Now, there are a few limitations to this, but basically what it's doing is it's finding every word in that language that's in that dictionary that has that definition in there. Now, there are, like I said, there are some limitations. If I come over here and I do like the word created, there are no results. So sometimes a word form is not found there. So what you want to do is click in here and say, well, if created past tense is not in here, let me change that to create and hit go. Well, now I've got a couple of results. So create is in there as a shorter form of the word, but not created. And you'll find this in other examples as well. Like, for example, here's fearful. Fearful has a bunch of results. But if I come back here and I go to feared, I get no results. So in this case, I might just even shorten it to fear, and then I get a lot of results. And so this is a way that you can sort of back into the words that are Hebrew and Greek. There's a lot there for fear. And you can also, in the settings up here, it is going to default to any part of the word. You can change it to exact match or beginning of the word, but like with fear, you can see fearful is in here, fearfulness. So that just gives you an idea for what the Hebrew and Greek words are that use that word. And if you're a student of Hebrew and Greek, this is going to be really helpful. If you're not, what you can do with this, if you're wondering like how would you ever use it, you might come across a word sometime, and for example, like faith over here. And you want to understand like, well, what are the words in Scripture that deal with faith? And you can, for example, see this one right here, believe, assurance, faithful, trust, sure, established. You can kind of get an idea for the nature of a word, and then you could click into this and see more about that word and what verses in the Bible are related to it. So let's say you are in the Book of Mormon, and I'll just randomly go to Helaman 10. You can still use the lexicon here, even though you are not going to find Book of Mormon references in that lexicon. So if we come down here and say, let's look at seal. I have no idea what this is going to be. That was random. So we could say, okay, where's the word seal used that might relate to this verse that we're reading? Power was given to Nephi by the Lord, that whatever he seals on earth will be sealed in heaven, and whatever is loosed on earth will be loosed in heaven. So he'll have power among this people. So if we go back here, seal, signet, seal. So that's like a kingly kind of authority. You have a signet or a seal from the king. That might be an interesting word to trace into the Bible. So we could click here, come down, you can see the Strong's definition and this, other definitions here from the Brown Driver Briggs. But down below, it's going to show you where that word is used in the Bible. And so there's, a dozen verses or whatever, 13 verses there. And you could go through those and read them and get an idea for what the Lord is doing in Helaman there with Nephi. So there are some really cool things that you can do with this. I hope the tool is useful for you. And if you have any questions, please let me know.